Today is Thursday, June 30th. Just out on a little bike ride right now. My butt feels so much better after Amber took like 4 ounces of blood off of it. There's still a little in there from 1 she ran out of vials and 2 it refilled a little bit, which she said was normal. So I'm gonna see if maybe she can drain me out some more, because I did try to run like on the cement and it still hurt a little bit, but nothing compared to what it was. And it's nothing like shaped and hard like it was. So we're doing better. Today is Saturday. Today I have trail. Yesterday we had Showmanship. Dennis was there. So we had an extended trot, and honestly the extended trot, it wasn't, I don't think it was necessarily his fault. He started loping. I was pushing him and stuff, but then again, I had been pushing him and going faster than that, I think, in the practice, and right before, and last night, or the night before. I mean, we practice and it's wonderful. So it's a very common thing for us to have problems in a showmanship class, because Bentley is extremely intelligent. / he probably just like, and also feel myself get a little nervous, but he takes advantage of the situation. Besides that, he also, like, he was a little bit nibbly. He wasn't terrible. He stood quiet at the inspections. That was improved. But like when I did the haunch turn, he tossed his head up. So it wasn't wonderful. He was a little slow on the back. So there was like a lot of things that weren't wonderful about the pattern, but it probably was improved over the previous 2 years. He wasn't, what he did do well is like he stuck his pivots, he stood at the inspection. We did have like a good square corner. We had really nice stops. Like there were improvements. But it's always so disappointing because, like, I mean, I know, like, I hadn't been practicing showmanship that much, at least not the running parts of it. I practiced for, like, 3 days here, and I practiced hard for 3 days, but I hadn't been practicing because of my injury. I wasn't able to run. So I know with that, consider practice there so well. We warm up so well, and that happens in Vegas. That happens like so much, and then we go in the pen, and it's just like it changes, whether it's because of him or me, and like a combination of that feeling, but it changes. And I really don't know how to like get him to once and for all give that up in showmanship. I think it's just like continuing to go find some open classes and all breed classes, and like let him like realize no, we don't do that. So I don't know, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it at the World Show again, at least not until I feel really confident that we can go in a class and not have a problem, which is gonna just be a longer track record of not having problems. So we'll see. I am hoping to come back to the World Show next year, just because Maple before and Green, Hunter, and everything. So I do want to come back for Mabel. Otherwise, I'm honestly not sure that we would come back next year, just because it's so hot, and just everything. I know I've only done 2 classes. My mom's had 2 classes. It's so expensive, and when you're not able to be like confident in going in some of the classes that you'll place well. I mean, like in EC, we had a nice pattern, but it wasn't a +2 pattern, and I don't think he'll ever be that at the World Show, just because he's a small pleasure horse. And so knowing that, it's like, well, I'm not probably going to go spend the money to do EC again or do showmanship again if I'm not confident going in, if that makes sense. So all that to say is we kept grilled today, and we practiced really well, but you never know.
A new place, a new home for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to...
Oh man, what a day. My makeup's still kind of on. Yesterday, I left the motorhome at 6 a.m. and didn't go back till 9:30 p.m. I had Cheez-Its and a protein bar and coffee and water and 1 tequila and soda. And I feel like there's something else I'm missing, but not enough. Today, Cheez-Its, a kiwi today, at least I got a fruit in there, and protein bar, coffee, which is not me. I've been to World Shows, it's never been me. Horse shows, it's not me. It's never me. And I don't know, the last 2 days have been, I don't know, I wouldn't say like insane, but my mom and I both showed yesterday, which made it a little hard, because like, you know, I'm trying to get her ready, and I want to be there, and then I want to be ready for me, and then I want to watch everyone else in the barn, and I don't know, it just felt like I couldn't leave. But tomorrow I do horsemanship, and my mom does trail. My mom does trail at 8, and I don't do horsemanship till 2:30 though, so I think like the spacing will be better. And I'm going to try to eat. We also don't have a ton of things over at the motorhome. I want my dad to barbecue some chicken, or we need to go to the store and get more things. Protein shakes and smoothies is pretty much where we're at. No idea why. I just went on that rant. Trail was pretty good. We had 4 ticks, I think, and then 1 kind of harder one on the walkovers. And you guys, when we went into the start cone, I feel like we were standing there for an eternity, which it normally does feel like that, but I actually think we were standing there an exceptionally long time. And when you're standing there, your heart race, like, it just keeps racing, and you race, and it's like, okay, I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to get my horse calm. And he was quiet. He's pretty good. There was definitely like some obstacles and decorations where he was like, I was a little afraid because, you know, in 2018 he freaked out and wouldn't even do the course. So it came so far just to have 4 nicks or 5 ticks or whatever, 5 hits. to be able to get through a course and like for me to give him the confidence and still maneuver him. I was in the finals. I made the finals, so that was good. I mean, it was still pretty good. Like our extended lope to our extended trot was beautiful. We like hit all of our marks, like where we wanted to be on the poles, I think, really well. It was just the ticking. And then on the turn in the box, he almost like counter-arced his head a little bit, so that was probably mark off too. But overall, it was good. Proud of the progress, and we'll see how the rest of the show goes. If I don't melt first. But also, y'all, dude, on the walkover, like, I know he was ticking, and I was like, okay, I need to like stand up off the saddle a little bit, which is what I kind of like always get out of the seat a little bit on the walkovers. But I tried to stand in my stirrups, and I don't know if I really did, because my legs were shaking. Like, there was nothing there. I mean, it was like, one, I didn't eat. I just had coffee, so that was definitely a factor. But then just like the like nerves and adrenaline, it was just like I can't even describe it. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like where you just like it. Just world show problems. Today, my mom and Roger go do trail, and then this afternoon I do horsemanship. Roger and mom typically do pretty well on trail. I really want my mom to do well. She hasn't, like, she got finalist in Showmanship, but she didn't get anything done in pleasure. Not totally, they just didn't like him. Really hope that I do well on trail. Like, whatever it takes. Just all the good vibes for Mom and Roger to do well on trail today. Like, she needs to do well. Send good thoughts. And then I have horsemanship, which I'm not actually feeling that confident or good about. Not because I don't think like I know the pattern or Bentley will do the pattern well. It's just like we are super bridle and aggressive. Shh. I'm just driving to the parking lot to the barn. How you feeling, Mom?
I'm good. Ready to go get her dad, aren't you guys?
What are you gonna do out there? Gonna breathe?
Take our time. Focus.
Roger, you're gonna pick up your feet and stay calm too, and no crashing. Good boy. Go, Mom. Ready?
Yeah. Get it. Ready or not.
Good boy, Roger. Here we go. Time for horsemanship. Kind of a weak event for us. That one's turn, but we're gonna give it our best. We're gonna ride aggressive. That's the plan. Because it's the only way you win. Score high. So you just like go fast and be really confident. Here we go. Hopefully the shirt was better for me than the last time I had it on in Vegas. And don't swim it. Today is July 4th. I put on red and I didn't realize it's July 4th. Oh, can you tell we've been at a horse show and on the road for like 3 weeks? Yesterday was trail for my mom. It started off so amazing, so perfect, and then she did the box, and then she went off pattern. They still, in that division, I guess, they don't DQ them for going off pattern, I guess, because she still was a finalist, which is cool, but yeah, she skipped 2 poles. She just kept going. Such a bummer. But that kind of thing happens to everyone at every level, and it sucks that it happened at this show, but it is what it is. And then I hit a horsemanship this afternoon. Bentley first, sweat, glue. eyeballs. My eye was burning before I went in. That was brutal. The humidity is like just asinine right now down here, like worse than it's ever been. And I just I knew that I needed to ride aggressive. But when I went in there, I felt like if I pushed more, like I had found that line where he would have like thought lead change or thought slope. Like there was just, because it gets so different when you go in there, because it gets so like, it's cold all of a sudden in there, you're by yourself, the lights, everyone's looking at you, like the energy changes. And I just felt like I couldn't push him to like be super aggressive. And it was a 540 right haunch turn, which is our absolute worst way. And you know, when you're trying to go fast, like he was swapping, like he was moving his hind end, like, you know, we went fast for us, like it was fine, but there was no such thing as planting a pivot foot. But I watched the video and everything else looked pretty good, honestly. Like we had a nice, like we clearly had a differentiation between like speeds for the jogs and the lopes, slope circles. We had a good square corner. We did a nice left turn and we did nice simples. So ultimately, I think that horsemanship is good. It's good. It was improved from the last 2 times I came here. Because in the last 2 times, we like loped when we were supposed to trot, or I'll have to watch the videos, but we messed up. Like we weren't even like getting a placing. So we definitely have improved in that area. So I'm really glad for that. There's stuff that I can do like with my own horsemanship still. Like I saw like my elbows came out a little bit. I always can work on keeping my lower leg back more. And then it's just things like keeping Bentley a little more bridled, which is something we don't like. And just really nailing those haunch turns every time. And I've worked on them so much, and I don't exactly know why. When I like slow it down and I can look and like all that, but like getting it to happen fast and happen when I'm like in horsemanship position. So I just need to go home and just really figure out all of that. I'm really tired. I think I'm tired because I've been on a horse show, and I'm just kind of a little like, I mean, I'm disappointed for myself. I'm disappointed for my mom. I know we still have some more classes to go. I guess I just thought like year 5 together that we would be a little bit better than just seeing improvements, you know? I'm not saying I thought I'd win everything, but at least making it back to the finals, I did have those hopes, you know, and we didn't. And then last year when I came here, I flew in and watched my mom and my ex, and I had all these expectations of what it would be like this year with him when I came back here to show again. And like a year ago today, like we had talked about, you know, making this a relationship and everything, and there's just a lot of emotional memories around today for like personal and horse related, although horse and personal is very much the same, but you know what I'm saying. Plus just tiredness and just like, ugh, I don't like it, and I need to just like keep telling myself to get out of it. So like this morning I decided to just like put on a podcast, record this for you guys or myself, go get a smoothie or something, some coffee, and go to Target, get some food, and just like do it alone. Because I'm an alone person, and I've been not alone for a long time because I've been on the road, and I just needed a minute to like get a little bit focused and think about my feelings, if that makes sense. I'm word vomiting, and this is not related to really horse showing. So, okay, I'll see you guys later. I can't wait to wear a sweatshirt at home again. It's so hot. really isn't even that early for getting up at a horse show. But I'm so tired. I was in bed at a decent time and I could not sleep. Never really had trouble sleeping before a horse show, but last night, up every couple hours. Today's the day. I'm a mix between nervous and excited and just like I keep telling myself, don't get in your head. Like, I know my horse. I know what he's capable of. I know our partnership. I know him so well. Like, we've came so far in the last 5 years that we're gonna go out there and ride like we always ride. Like, if there's 2 events we practice the most, it's pleasure and Western riding. Those are our events, and those are the events that are happening today. Like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's gonna be okay one way or another, but it's gotta get out of my way and get out of his way and just ride my horse. Have fun. Show's almost over. How was it?
It was good. It was good. You know what? We get to go more wind pictures. We ain't never been in so many wind pictures in all my life.
It's really
so
true,
fun.
actually.
It's really cool though, because you know what? Everybody, we're such a great team, and all our team players are winning. So we get to be in their pictures. And then tomorrow we're going to be another win for them.
Are you excited for next year? You're going to be doing it all around novice?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to be eloping next year. We're going to be hoping to be eloping next year.
Yep.
So watch out.
Here, Gary. Let's work your way in. Come on, Michelle's coming in.
Well, we are pretty much done. We have bridalist tonight, and then Karen has pleasure and Western riding and trail with Roger. Senior trail this morning, and then tomorrow she's got the pleasure and the Western riding with Roger, and then senior Western riding with Bentley. Yesterday was, I don't want to say disappointing, because that makes me sound like I'm not like a humble loser or grateful for how we did do. It's one of those days where you have to be really confident in like the progress you've made, and like knowing that no matter what, like you had the best ride, and at the end of the day, like you gave it everything you could, and the judges didn't like what you put out there. In Western Pleasure, I felt like Bentley was really, really good. I watched the video back, and he does have a tendency to like put his nose out a little bit, and I could see that being a thing that needs to get worked on. I don't know like the weight of that. I don't exactly know how much that matters, but I think it must matter quite a bit, because we got like under the individual judges, I think it was a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a sixth. And so we ended up third overall in the intermediate and fifth overall in the class. But he was really good. I mean, I really couldn't have asked him to be like better. I mostly just gotta like I was very in tune with him. I knew when I needed to like push him more with my like calf or my spur. I knew when I needed to like just sit there and like take my legs kind of off of him, and he was really good. And that's just kind of what it is. The like pleasure is so subjective too. I mean, it's so different for every judge, every rider, like who they think like looks the best. So all in all, it was good. No Dennis moments. Western riding was last night, and that's the class that just keeps eluding me. I didn't walk out of there crying or anything like I have in the past, so that was good. But we did go in there, and like right as we asked for the low buff, maybe because we sat for a really long time, because they were like rushing everyone in the morning, like I felt like I was gonna miss my pleasure class. And then in the Western Riding, I was like, I'm not gonna do that, I'm gonna be there in time. So then in Western Riding, I got there and I just kind of sat for a while. Like I had warmed up, and then I just sat for a while mostly. I jogged around a little bit, but I didn't ask for any lope offs. And so maybe that I had to play with it. Because when we loped off, he kind of like did that with his head a little bit, and you can see in the video, but he has done that to me, like not in a class, but he's done that to me when he's feeling feisty, and like when I first got on him or something. And I knew that if I like did anything with my hand, if I like went in too hard to fix that, I would have gotten into a fight with him, because I've been there, and we would have just right away blown the class. And so thankfully, like I do know him so well that after we like loped off and then rounded to go to the first line, and he almost acted like he didn't want to do his first center change. Thankfully, I like got him to change, or he changed, and then the rest of the class he was good. And then our line, he loves the line, and the line was the last part in this pattern, because it's pattern 7. The line, if you stay out of his way, which I learned in Rancho, if you try to like mess him up, he didn't like it. Like, yes, he needs some direction, but if you try to do too much, he didn't like that. But the line, like everyone said, was so flawless. Like Karen said, it was so perfect. Like I had many people in the barn come up and say, like, this is such an amazing line. So I'm really happy about that. We ended up 2nd in the intermediate, and then 3rd overall. I guess we were half a point difference between the 2nd. I have to look, because someone told me this. 2nd and 1st, or in the intermediate, or 2nd or 3rd and 2nd, and then I'm not exactly sure. And I'll see the scorecards, and I'll see how much that little hook thing messed me up. But all in all, it was really good, because it was better than it has been the last 2 years. And that was what I was really focusing on and really wanted to accomplish. So I'm really happy that we did walk away with some pretty neck ribbons, and we did walk away with like definitely a better run than we've had here before. And I just know that we will keep working on it, and we'll come away with this, and we'll just like keep pounding it. Eventually we will get that world title in Western Riding that I am bound and determined to get, because I know he's capable, I know we're capable. So bridleless tonight, and then we're done for 2022 World Show. It's crazy. It seemed like it was going to take forever, and now it just flew by. Roger's all ready for senior trial. We're going to trot him around, jog him around a little bit, and like try to get out of the show. We got the orange promo today.
Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. I know man, passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to